Hi, my name is Robin B.
Okay.
And we're coming from the chat. And thank you so much for being with us again. Please like, share, and subscribe. The subscriptions always help us to put things out and let other people know what's going on. Um, so right now we're talking about fraud again, and this is AI fraud. AI could be a huge benefit for us. It can also be a downfall for us. And today we're talking about this new scam that's going out where people can imitate your voice. And this has been for a while because I had this as an experience before where somebody imitated somebody else calling me, which it was
Mm-hmm.
not them, on their phone, AI phone, and you can do it on a smartphone as well. And you
Mm-hmm.
can imitate somebody that's calling you and you think it's them. Now
Mm-hmm.
it has progressed to the point that they are actually imitating your voice. So the and how they're getting your voice is when people call you, like scam calls,
Mm-hmm.
call you and you say hi, whatever. We've already talked about the scam as far as somebody calling you and wanting to say yes,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. Well, now they want the conversation. I hang up, the best thing to do is don't even answer calls that you're not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Just answer calls that you are expecting a phone call. And now they're even doing family members, and that's what we're going to talk about today. The family members is an example of this one guy who his daughter was in the other room in her bedroom. He was in the kitchen, he was doing something, and she got a call from her father with his voice on it
Mm-hmm.
saying, please help me outside because I'm bringing in something. Can you help me carry it in? Well, instead of her going to the door, she went and she's like, Dad, you're in the kitchen already, blah, blah, blah. I,
Mm-hmm.
I got a call from you saying that you needed help outside. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, I never called you. No calls. But when he went and checked her phone,
Mm-hmm.
it was a call from him.
Mm-hmm.
His voice was on it saying help.
Oh,
Bring in the
wow.
groceries for her to open the door.
Wow.
That type of thing. So they're imitating, these AI fraud people are imitating voices of you.
Mm-hmm.
So your family member, or that was a more severe situation.
Yeah, good thing she
Whereas,
checked.
yeah, she didn't open the door for the person. Another
Mm-hmm.
example was a lady was talking about she had known her fiance, her husband, boyfriend, whatever it was going for a job interview, and she knew it was far away, but he called her and it said, "Oh, come downstairs, I got something for you." And she
Mm-hmm.
had already known that he was not close to her house because she knew the distance of where he was going for this job and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she never went down. She called him back and she's like, how did you get home so fast?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of her doing the same thing, she interrupted that and found out it was not him.
Oh, wow.
So when
Wow.
they do these phone calls to you, that's how
Mm-hmm.
they get your voice imitation and they imitate your voice. And I mean, the phone calls has been going on for years because I know somebody here called me and
Mm-hmm.
act like it was somebody else and it wasn't.
Okay.
When you pick up the phone at that particular time, that was years ago, you get a silence because they're only calling you from that person to see what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been, I mean, I've heard that for years, but now it's getting to the point where they're actually telling family members and whatever what to do. So
Yeah.
the solution of that, which was, and I've had this for years since my kids were young, and my kids were older now.
Mm-hmm.
But years, you always have to have a password because we had a password to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not there, and I come in, I need help.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
say, oh, if I knock on
Yeah.
the door, I'm giving you a password.
Mm-hmm.
So you know who I am, so you won't be opening the door for strangers. But now you need a password even on your phone.
Wow.
I've even gotten another call, which this guy, my son died.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And at the time he was in the hospital and people were saying, which I don't really want to mention my personal business, but this
Mm-hmm.
guy said, oh, your son needs you to come. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not possible.
Mhm.
because I had just seen him, blah, 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 whatever.
Mhm.
And oh, he needs your help right away. And I'm like, this can't be real. And I was like, well, what is my son's name?
Mhm.
And he hesitated with that
Mhm.
because he really didn't know
You're
his
right.
name. And
Right.
he hung up on me like as if it was a dying emergency. Oh, I gotta go, like if it was a dying emergency. And
Mhm.
that was a fraud call as well to get you to
Yeah.
call, to get you to donate, to get you to come in, to get you to do something.
Yeah.
So I knew that was fake. And that actually happened to me a couple times. So I am, just suggesting that people have some kind of password, especially for children, and
Mhm.
please pass this on for people that that have children
Mhm.
that, do any kind of stupid password,
Mhm.
a stupid password for
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Anything notable, maybe something that's they're familiar with,
Mhm.
something between the two of you, or
Yeah.
and even your other family members as well.
Right. Right.
Just like your mom is older, okay?
Mhm.
And the two of you could have a password because your mom could be like, "Oh, where's Kay?" And she's
Mhm.
outside because she went
Mhm.
to get lunch. But
Oh,
then,
wait, wait. Bad example. She ain't opening the door,
or the garage
but I
door.
get what you're saying. I could be on fire outside the door shouting the password.
Well, anyway, I mean, that's the new fraud thing that's coming in now.
Yeah, it's a update or upgrade of the old scam because they would call you. They called it the granny scam. They would call you and say, "Oh, your son is in the hospital or in jail and needs
Exactly.
$5,000 right away," and what have you, and go to CVS and get gift cards and Western Union them to me, that kind of stuff, you
And
know?
I think that's what that guy, when he said my son was sick, was trying to have me,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it's amazing how
It
they
really
said it's
is.
an upgrade.
It
And they
really
just they
is.
just bounce off of other things, but now that
Mm-hmm.
AI is involved, they can imitate your voice.
Mm-hmm.
They did. And the girl said, "Daddy,
And your image and the way you look
oh
too.
yeah, yeah."
Yeah,
There's another example where
yeah.
one girl got totally messed up because they put her face on an AI body
Mm-hmm.
and put it out there to be exploited.
Yep. Yep.
And her whole image, I think she got suspended from her job until things had happened, things like
They
that.
were doing that with grade school and high school students. The AI that Elon Musk puts out has a feature where you can nudify or remove the clothing
Right,
of anybody. And it looks realistic. And this is what these people were doing in class. They were passing around these fake
right.
images of their classmates. So, yeah,
And the
you have to be
kids and the
careful.
kids themselves were getting degraded, so they
Mm-hmm.
were going into depression
Mm-hmm.
and they were going into other, situations of their lives as well because you talk about 14, 13, 15
Yep.
year olds
Yep.
that they never even did this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's horrible and other kids were doing it to them too, but now adults are using these AI fraud to deal with adults
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
children and having people open up doors so they could be
Yeah.
robbed
Yeah.
and different situations like that. So we definitely need to look out for that. And solution is passwords.
Yeah.
I did it
Yeah.
years ago with my kids as far as
Mm-hmm.
opening a door, but now the old door is opening through AI through internet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't trust any of that now. That's opening up through AI through
Yeah, it
the
is.
internet. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody is constantly on their phones. People need
Mm-hmm.
to take time out of those phones
Yeah.
because they're destroying a lot of situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, relationships, children and
Mm-hmm.
parents, both. You can't even sit in a room without somebody on their phone.
Yeah.
It's no interaction
It's
as far as
it's an
conversation is
addiction.
concerned. It
Mm-hmm.
is. And we need to start recognizing that because it's taking over and it's
Mm-hmm.
destroying our lives. It's
Yeah,
destroying family lives.
yeah. But it's designed to do that.
Yeah,
It's designed to
separate.
I saw a woman talking about when you go on a website and it asks you, do you accept the cookies? And you click OK, or you click only the regular ones or what have you. That is impacting your uh I can't think of the term, but it is tracking everything that you do so that it tries to anticipate your next move. So I click on a pair of sunglasses that I like, and all of a sudden I have the sunglasses ads
Right,
all over the place. That's
right.
from the cookies. That's
Mm.
from our information being picked up and exchanged with, I mean, our
The
information is out
algorithm,
on the internet,
the
whether,
algorithm
yeah,
that's gathering all this information
yep, yep,
that's destroying us, and
yeah,
and we need to, I don't even know how to emphasize this. I mean, I'm on the phone too as well,
mm-hmm,
because of our thing, because other things
mm-hmm,
going on in my life, but
mm-hmm.
it's a time and place.
Yeah, we might have to do Sundays off. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Yeah,
touch your
start
phone.
as one day off.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Start that
And
one day
it
off.
might have to be like a fast. I'm going until noon before I check my phone. That kind of thing. But it is
But
it's
it's not even the
addictive.
checking of the phone, because I kind of get that, with people,
Mm-hmm.
businesses and stuff. But I'm talking about just on a regular basis, like 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people talk. Matter of fact, one of my family members told me, I'm done for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
because I realized that I was doing this constantly. Get up
Right.
in the morning, check your
Right.
mail, check your emails, check this, that, and the other. Then go on because something else pops up that interests you. So now you're on the phone for 2, 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
And what are you doing with your life? Nothing. You're not going outside. You're not doing nothing.
You're
You know?
spending. You're spending your time and you're spending your money. And that's what they want from you. Mainly your money.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Mm,
But it is a danger, and there are more and more, there's more information about dangers like this than there has been in the past, which I'm glad of,
right.
but
Right.
we have to um close our protect ourselves,
Right.
and
Well, yeah, we do.
mhm,
And the bottom line of this, we telling you this stuff, and that goes for anybody, older people, younger people, whatever. Because
mhm,
like you said, I had to call from, about my son. I've had to call saying my brother was in jail and my brother wasn't even near what
mhm,
they were talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
So basically the password would probably be an answer to
mhm,
disrupt this.
mhm,
Uh, okay, you call me, Robert, I'm really in problems, this, that, and the other. What's the password?
mhm,
To make sure it's you. Because if
yeah,
it really is an emergency, I would get a call from some kind of emergency person,
right,
police, ambulance, whoever it might
right,
be.
right,
And then you ask them, what's the password?
yeah,
And
yeah,
they might not know it, but
mhm,
who are you?
mhm.
Who is this person?
Yeah, yeah.
And,
First responders
sometimes you
would
don't have
identify
the,
themselves.
yeah, and sometimes you don't have, it's an emergency, so sometimes you don't have that option of saying whatever. But if somebody is really calm, cool, collected, like when I got that phone call,
Mm-hmm.
there was something wrong with that.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can use your instinct, use your problem, but I mean that will
Or
help a little bit at
or
least.
you could do what I do. My phone has a privacy block on it.
Oh yeah,
Do
yeah.
not disturb. If you are a contact, the phone will ring. Other than that, my phone might light up that somebody's calling, or it'll go to voicemail. And
And also, they also have on the phones. I'm glad you mentioned that. They also have on the phones in case of an emergency.
mm-hmm,
Those numbers will also come through because that's on
mm-hmm,
my phone. Because
yeah,
my cousin, had something going on and it was by accident, but
mm-hmm,
I automatically got rung
mm-hmm,
from her phone.
mm-hmm,
So you never know, but you
yeah,
just gotta be very careful. But one thing to try to prohibit these people, and I've been blocking all the calls that are coming in. Before
mm-hmm,
I would just hang up on them. Now I'm
mm-hmm,
just blocking them and reporting them. Because on
right,
my phone it says report, I've been
mm-hmm,
reporting every
mm-hmm.
phone call that comes in.
Good.
I'm not familiar with, or I don't know. So
Good.
that has cut down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the bottom of my phone, it says block report.
Mm-hmm.
Press that button instead of answering it. That's
There
it.
you go.
But anyway, that's another tidbit from the
The
chat.
chatter. We want to know how it's going out there.
Yeah, how you doing out there? And please comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you so much for being with us.
Until
Bye-bye.
next time.